Hi there. You know, one of my biggest problems with my videos has been my lack of brevity. I tend to ramble on and on before I really get to the point. Part of that is because while I do prepare in my mind what I want to talk about, the details and the best way to talk about them often work themselves out only in the recording process. Well, the result isn't always very good, so I try to write it up and memorize things, but that was very time consuming. I didn't have too much time to spend on these videos, so I decided I needed a teleprompter, but they are expensive. After watching Griffin's DIY build of a teleprompter from IndyMogul, it gave me some ideas. Now, I didn't want to spend anything on this, so I scoured my house for materials, and I'll show you that build in a little bit. I came up with two different versions. One was made out of wood and a picture frame, and that actually worked really well, but it was very ugly because I was using scrap wood. And the second was much more practical and works very well. So here's me talking about how I built these. So this is my first attempt, and as you can see, it does work. You can see the text clearly coming through the back here, and even with no shade on it at all, you can distinctly see the text. And even with this piece of glass, it's pretty good. Now, obviously, I would cover it, and I would have the camera shielded from any extra light so it wouldn't get in the way. But it works. And but I noticed that right off, the biggest thing I don't like about it is it's ugly. Like I said, I just used some scrap pieces of wood in a picture frame for this. But what I wanted to do was have something that would work, but yet I could store out of the way. But right now, this is in a fixed position, and it's something I could use for the future because I don't plan on always having to use this 17-inch monitor. I plan on using other things. So I came up with a different design. Okay, so what I wanted to do is wanted to come up with something a little smaller that was easy to store, that could break down into its different components and not be cumbersome. And also, I needed it to be small enough where I can use it for future monitor ideas. Like, cause I don't really need a monitor this big. It works, but as you can see, I'm only using a portion of the thing because I don't want my eyes to be going across the whole screen when I read, because then it'll look like I'm reading and then it doesn't look as natural as it should. So I have it pretty narrow. The software lets you set the margins, and it's pretty nice that way. But so what I did is I came up with a different design, and I actually came up with this really quickly. I was making room for something, and I happened upon something that struck me as it would be a good idea, and that is this. This is a cloth-based little storage unit that I got from the dollar store, literally for $1. And what it does is you have this other cardboard piece that goes into the bottom of it, and it stays pretty rigid, and you can put things in it, and it stays there for putting stuff in. It's pretty good. But I thought, you know, it's pretty nice. I could actually put the glass inside here and put maybe like a little tablet monitor here, and it would work perfectly. I could cut an X slot here. I could put my camera lens through there, and it'll work just fine. And so I decided to use this as the basis for the design. And this is what it looks like all cut up. Here is the X slits that I put in there, so we could put the lens through there. It's a little bigger than I probably should have it, but I do actually plan on sewing some darker material and making kind of a loose sleeve here that I can keep the light out, because even though the sides and bottom are very dark, the back, as you can see, is relatively thin. But so I also cut the hole in the bottom so I could allow the text to come through. And this I just basically use on the side to keep it upright. The next component, of course, is the reflective surface. In this case, this is a piece of plexiglass. I do plan on actually getting an 8 by 10 piece of glass actual glass that I will use in the future. But for now, this works, and it actually works pretty well. Right now, it's kind of got some smudges and stuff on it. But anyway, this obviously goes in here, and it comes up at a 45-degree angle. And I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's the text. Now, in order to keep this so that I don't have to hold it up here, I'm using the next component, and that is I found in my storage stuff, I found some brackets. These are from a very large wall or window unit air conditioner, where this helps support the weight on the outside when it's outside of the window. And I already had them in place when I bought this air conditioner, so I didn't need these. But I kept them for a rainy day in case I needed them for something else. And it so happens when you place them flat like that, it gives you the exact angle you need, which is the 45-degree angle to support, and also supports the glass from coming down. And this is essentially my teleprompter. I have my camera back here, and as you can see, this works quite well. You can see the words pretty clearly in there. Now, obviously, beam splitter glass would be the best, which is what professional teleprompters use. Obviously, having this darkened with the camera will make it so that no light from out here is going to interfere or reflect off of the back of the plexiglass, so that it doesn't interfere with the image quality. But I have had no problems with this. I think it works really well. It's very, very storable. All I got to do is take these brackets out. And what I do to keep from having to touch the glass later is I put this down there on the bottom, put that down, and it folds, and I can take it with me. So there it is. That's my small teleprompter design. It's not perfect. It works. It functions. It could be better. I plan on getting maybe some beam splitter glass for it, and again putting a sleeve around the back end so that it covers more of the light. But it works. In fact, I've been using this to film this video right now. Tell me what you think, and I'll add improvements to this as I go, and I'll post those. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.